This is Christopher De Angeles of the Psychology of Self-Improvement. Today, what I would like to share and talk about is emotion and mental processes. First, let us understand what is emotion. Emotion is something, an expression of what you feel and what you think. Basically, it is expression. For example, pag galit ka, you feel uncomfortable within yourself. Mabilis yung pag-iisip mo pag galit ka. Maraming iritado ka pag galit ka. So, it's one way of an expression of emotion. And another expression of emotion is pag masaya ka. Pag masaya ka naman, you feel so light, you feel so happy, you can even smile. Or the special expression that we project is a nature thing na parang napakadali mong i-share sa ibang tao kung ano yung mga nararamdaman mo. So basically, those are the two components on the expression of the emotion when we feel something good or bad within ourselves. And punta naman tayo sa mental processes. Ano yung naman ibig sabihin ng mental processes? Mental processes simply means the way you decide and the way you think about it. So magkaiba yun. Emotion, it is expression of how you feel. And mental processes is the way what you think about it or what you will do about it. For example, pag galit ka, ang thinking mo is ayaw mong makasalamuha yung taong galit ka. Ayaw mo siyang makita. So, that is an outburst of your thinking. Whereas emotion is a feeling where you express what you feel. So, without mental processes to show your emotion, hindi ka maiintindihan ng tao. So, mental means it is what you are going to think about it or what you're going to do about it. While emotion in expression of how you will feel about it and how strong will you react on those things. Now, sometimes, malaking role ng emotion sa buhay natin because whether we like it or not, when we talk to people, emotions shows in our facial expression, in our behavior, the way we talk, and sometimes even if we don't talk, nababasa ng tao yung character natin because of emotion. So emotion is just like a picture. When you see a picture of a happy person, tapos naka-smile siya, it projects his emotional feeling. So matatanto mo sa isang tao when he feels something confident in him or something wrong with him because of emotion. And the way we anticipate it is projected the way doon na papasok yung mental. Doon na papasok no, how we interpret those emotions. Now, sabi nga, pag emotion ka, you're weak. You are a weak person if you are too emotional because sometimes yung the way you think and masyadong expression ng emotion mo, for example, iyakin ka when you feel sad, you so cry easily, people will think that you are weak because basically when you cry, it is an outburst of emotion. Pinapakita mo yung lahat ng mga emotion mo. And the anticipation of those things is hindi maganda sa mga tao if you show so much emotion. But according to some people or to some expert, mas maganda daw na pinapakita natin yung emotion natin. Nagkakaroon daw ng therapeutic effect if we will be able to manifest kung galit na galit tayo, kung tayo ay may nararamdaman. Because, sabi nga ng mga expert, pag pinigilan mo yung galit mo at lagi mong tinatago, magkakaroon ng sa likod ng subconscious mo. Pag sinabing subconscious mo, ito yung isang bahagi ng pagkatao mo na doon naiipon lahat. Kaya minsan, di ba, mapapansin mo sa isang tao na hindi masyadong nagsasalita tungkol sa isang emotion niya, palaging balisa, palaging merong something na gusto niya express, hindi niya ma-express. So, merong manifestational behavior. So, when a person is showing so much emotion, they consider that person a weakling. Pero sabi ng mga expert, hindi dapat mong bigyan ng tamang discouragement ang isang taong showing so much emotion. Because eventually, pag tininan mo ang taong showing how he be able to express his emotion, madaling nawawala yung mga agam-agam niya. I think that is true. In my part, na experience ko, mas maganda palang nilalabas mo yung sama na loob mo, nilalabas mo kung galit ka, kung ikaw ay may takot, express it. Because in a form expression, you are telling people that we are human. Because human beings have emotions. Human beings tend to love, tend to care, tend to get angry, and tend to realize that without emotion, life is not that meaningful. So, emotion plays a vital role. Pero, we must deal with our emotion in a balanced way with our mental attitude or mental processes. Kaya, napakahalaga ng mental processes because it is the way what you're going to do with your emotion. For example, galit na galit ka na, tapos nag-take over yung emotion mo, hindi na maganda yon kasi it might trigger some ailment in our body or nagkakaroon ng mga negative responses. For example, pag nagalit na galit ka na, it can trigger your hypertension, it can trigger some uncomfortable feeling. So, doon na papasok yung mental processes. Hindi naman masamang magalit, but we have to think the way we should be able to handle our emotion. That's the way the mental processes come in. It is a way that we should be able to handle how we get angry, how we feel, how we should be able to express. So, ang tanong doon, paano mo makontrol yung emotions mo? Actually, in my own opinion, and sabi rin ng mga expert, hindi madaling makontrol ang emotion because emotion is actually a part of our life. But because we have this mental awareness that we are capable to control our emotion through our thinking, so doon na papasok yung how we can control it. Ang tanong doon, how can we control our emotion? Ang sagot ko, yes, you can control your emotion. But it requires an aspect where we need to be aware kung bakit tayo galit, kung bakit tayo umiiyak, kung bakit tayo nagkakaroon ng mga dilemma, because sometimes with our problem. And if we are aware the cause and the root of the problem, that's the way we need to provide a specific solution. So, doon na papasok yung yung mental awareness natin where we need to determine how we can provide a timely solution towards what's happening. So, yung emotion lang ang naging way for us to feel how we should react, how we should think of a particular situation that it requires necessary action. For example, you are in a situation that depression comes into your life and to the point that you're breaking up in terms of hindi ka na makakain, hindi ka na makatulog because of the depression, laging sumasagi sa isip mo. That's the time that you are being too emotional, which is some experts say hindi rin maganda because hinahayaan mong maging way yung depression of na tinatalo yung emotions mo. So the way to combat it is we need to think hanggang halimbawa na may depression ka, come to think of it, kung lagi kang depressed, you cannot do the things that makes you happy, the things that you need to do, and also continuing with your life. So it plays a vital role that we need to determine if those emotional action is coming through our mind. Then perhaps there is a triggering point that we need to analyze the situation. So the solution comes when there is a shift of action on your present situation based on what you will think about it. If depression sets in, then we need to realize that we will not be depressed for too long. The action is required in order for us to get out of that depression and start something new that requires our action. Yun na yung tinatawag natin mental processes. So, don't laugh at people who are too emotional, because mas mapalad pa nga yung mga taong merong emotion that they are able to express themselves, because they're showing us that we are human being of feelings, and human being that we were able to share. What's the beauty of being in constant communication with one another? Because emotion is the one factor that bind us together. Without emotion, life is not full of goodness. So it's just one aspect for people that emotion has a positive thing on their life. So the psychology of improvement, when we balance our emotion and our mental aspect, magiging magandang aspeto yon if we'll be able to balance both sides. You're not too emotional, but you're thinking of a way how to balance your behavior. And by observing keenly on what you're doing and what you're going to share with other people, you're telling them that emotion is good, provided that it will not overcome your present situation. You are not going to dwell on those negativity that brings something that stops you from what you're doing. So, improvement comes in when you think of your situation, how to get out of it, and how to overcome the situation that you are into. So, mental processes involves deep thinking on how to get out, on how you will be able to rise up again and say to the world, hey, even if I'm emotional, I'm happy that I'm getting out of it. So hopefully, at this little bit of talk about emotion and mental processes help us realize that without emotion, our mental processes is poor, and without also mental processes, without emotion, we cannot think the way what we should be. Again, this is Christopher De Angeles of the Psychology of Self-Improvement. Thank you so much, and God bless.